Tape measure. You have selected the tape measure tool to establish the interior or exterior scale of your picture. Click the crosshair's cursor on the top of the door or interior wall to anchor it. Drag to the bottom and release the mouse button. Choose door or room height and set the measurement. Building materials and patterns will now be sized to the scale of your picture. 3D interior room. To create a 3D room, type in the dimensions and click Preview. A preview of the room is shown on the screen. You can shift the perspective and zoom in or out. When you are satisfied, click OK, and the room is established. You are now ready to begin your interior project.
Autoscale, the easy way to size an image library item to your photo. There are 5 different autoscale settings. Click the rectangle button to toggle between the height, width, and force fit settings. Each of the rectangles are the same size. Each has a different autoscale setting. Now we will drag the same image library item into each of the different areas. Height proportional. The object fits the exact height of the rectangle, but maintains the width proportion of the selected object. Width proportional. The object fits the exact width of the rectangle and maintains the height proportion of the selected object. Force fit. The object fits the exact height and width of the rectangle.
Now let's look at patterns. Click the Freeform button to toggle between the scaled and standard settings. Each freeform area created is the same size, but each has a different autoscale setting. Scaled. The pattern from the image library is now scaled to fit your photo. The tape measure tool is used to define the scale of the image in your photo. Standard. The scale of the image library pattern is not changed. Use Freeform Standard for lawns and other non-building materials. You can change the autoscale setting in any area by right-clicking and then selecting a different autoscale setting.
Clean up desktop. Click this button once and the image library and windows are swept into a group. Click twice and they are neatly stored at the far right of the screen.
Color tab. The areas you create are color-coded for easy viewing. However, to clone an area or to copy or move an object on your project, turn off the color before outlining. Do this by clicking the Color tab at the top of the Outline button. Turn color on by clicking again.
The basic concepts are outline, drag, drop, and substitute. Use the rectangle force fit tool to create areas for placing windows, doors, or any image library item. The item you choose will take the exact height and width of the area you create. In this example, we will use a window. Click the crosshair's cursor once to anchor it and begin the outline. Drag to the opposite right corner and release the mouse button. Now open an image library category. Click the category Exterior Images to see the category listings. Click on the word Windows to bring up a window of images. Drag and drop a window into the outlined area. Notice that the window takes the exact height and width of the rectangle. To substitute a different window, simply drag and drop a new image. Use the tape measure tool to set the scale for the house in your picture. Building materials such as siding or roofing will then assume this scale and look appropriate on your picture. Click the crosshair's cursor at the top of the door to anchor it and drag it to the bottom of the door. Then define the height of the front door. Select the Freeform Scale tool for creating non-rectangular areas like the roof. Click the cursor on one corner to anchor it and begin the outline. Continue to drag and click the left mouse button around the perimeter to create your area. When you are through, right-click and select Complete Region. Now drag and drop a roofing pattern into the area you created.
Here are some additional tips. Objects on your photo remain active and can be moved by clicking and dragging. Selected objects can be quickly copied. Hold the Shift key down on your keyboard as you click and drag an object. Release the mouse button to see the copy. If you make a mistake or would like to remove an outline or object, click Delete or select Undo from the Edit menu. Enjoy using this software. To learn more about commonly used tools and techniques, continue with the video tutorials.
Image library items displaying this symbol are custom composition items. Click on the object and the composition area screen appears. These objects have multiple components and can be customized before applying them to a project. Click the Window tab to change the glass in the door. Click the Knobs tab to choose a different doorknob. When satisfied, click Apply. If you haven't already done so, use the rectangle Force Fit tool to outline the door on your project. Click and drag the customized image into the area you created. To try different components, click the Try Again button. When satisfied, close the Drag Object Onto Project box.
Replace the doors and windows. Select the rectangle Force Fit tool. Outline the windows and door you wish to replace. Open the Exterior Images category from the Image Library. Select Windows. Drag and drop a window selection into the outlined area. Now select Doors from the Image Library. Drag a door into the outlined area. Now substitute a different door. Freeform Scaled. You have selected the Freeform Scaled tool for both interior and exterior patterns. Here's an example using exterior items. If you have used the Tape Measure tool to define the scale of your photo, selected patterns from the Image Library will automatically be sized to the appropriate scale of your background image. To begin the outline, click the arrow on one corner to anchor it. Continue to drag and click the left mouse button around the perimeter to create your area. When you are through, right-click, then select one of the options on the menu. In this case, left-click on Complete Region. Drag a pattern from the Image Library into the area you created. Note that the pattern is scaled to fit your photo. To substitute a different pattern, simply drag and drop a new pattern into the same area. When you exit this tutorial, the Freeform cursor is ready for you to begin.
Freeform Standard. You have selected the Freeform Standard tool for both interior and exterior items. Here's an example using landscaping items. To begin the outline, click the arrow on one corner to anchor it. Continue to drag and click the left mouse button around the perimeter to create your area. When you are through, right-click, then select one of the options on the menu. In this case, left-click on Complete Region. Drag a pattern from the Image Library into the area you created. Note that the pattern fills the area. Substitute a different pattern by dragging it into the same area. When you exit this tutorial, the Freeform cursor is ready for you to begin. Group Tools. Use the Group tool to have multiple areas display the same image. To create a group, drag and drop the same group letter into each area. An item from the Image Library dropped into one group member will be displayed in all members of that group. Substitute a different product by dragging it onto any one of the grouped areas. To ungroup an item, drag the Ungroup tool onto it. Our software works on the basic concepts of outline, drag, drop, and substitute. First, create an area. The area is ready for an object or a pattern. Second, select an item from the Image Library. Simply drag and drop it into the area. Then substitute a different item. You can substitute as many times as you like, and the images will be sized to fit your photo. We call these functions Auto Scale and Easy Substitution. Our video library will teach you how to accomplish particular home projects and how to use key features. The videos highlight all types of projects, but the tools remain the same. So take a quick tour of our video library, and then you'll be ready to begin your own project. Model home. To use one of our model homes as your project background, select a site planning category from the image library. Select the desired house by clicking and dragging it into your workspace. The model home will appear on your screen, and you're ready to begin your project. Object list. You have selected the object list. Every image library and user-created item on your project is displayed. Click the arrow to see the entire object list. Link items by clicking the link field. Linked items may be moved as a group. Relayer items by dragging and dropping them on the image list, or by selecting the Send to Front, Send to Back, or Send to Previous Position icons. You can also view product information for each item or edit the item name. Paint with opacity. When using paint with opacity, first turn off the outline color by clicking the Color tab. Select the Freeform tool. Outline the area you wish to paint. When finished, right-click and select Complete Region and start See-Through Region. Erase the original window area so it doesn't get painted over. Do the same for the area above the garage. Now group the two sections by dragging the same group letter into each area. Select the Paint with Opacity tool from the top toolbar. Click and drag the eyedropper. The selected area on your project displays different colors as your cursor moves over the color palette. To save a color for future use, double-click on the color box. You can also choose a color from your photo. Click OK to apply the color. What about the garage door? The color you selected for the house is displayed in the current color box. So simply outline the garage door with the Freeform tool. Right-click and select Paint with Current Opacity Color. Perspective Horizontal. You have selected the Perspective Horizontal tool for both interior and exterior items. Here's an example using interior items. Use this tool to adjust the angle of an object or the perspective on a pattern. We have already selected an object. Move the green handles to increase or decrease the horizontal angle. You can see the object adjusting. Click Preview to see a higher resolution of the adjusted pattern. Click Apply when satisfied or Cancel to erase the operation.
Perspective Vertical. You have selected the Perspective Vertical tool for both interior and exterior items. Here's an exterior example. Use this tool to adjust the angle of an object or the perspective on a pattern. We have already selected a pattern. Move the green handles to increase or decrease the vertical angle. You can see the object adjusting. Click Preview to see a higher resolution of the adjusted pattern. Click Apply when satisfied or Cancel to erase the operation. Present the project to your client. Show your client a before and after view. Click and hold the before view icon on the top toolbar. Release to show the after view. Your proposed changes really make an impression. Review project cost using the shopping list. See a detailed list of all items placed on your photo. Add quantities and costs. The shopping list will give you a grand total. Print a copy for your client, or export the shopping list and bring it into your own estimating program or spreadsheet. Add your company name using the drawing tools. Select the Text tool. Type in your company name, then select a font, size, and any attributes. Click OK. You can change the color using the current solid or opacity colors. Position your company name where it looks best. Then print a before and after view for your client. Enhance communication and close sales quickly through visualization.
Rectangle Force Fit. You have selected the Rectangle Force Fit tool for both interior and exterior items. Here's an example using exterior items. To begin the outline, click the crosshairs cursor in one corner of the area to anchor it. Drag it to the opposite corner and release the mouse button. Drag an item from the image library into the area you created. The product will take the exact width and height of that area. Substitute a different product by dragging it into the same area. When you exit this tutorial, the crosshairs cursor is ready for you to begin. Rectangle Height. You have selected the Rectangle Height tool for both interior and exterior items. Here's an example using landscaping items. To begin the outline, click the crosshairs cursor in one corner of the area to anchor it. Drag to the opposite corner and release the mouse button. Drag an item from the image library into the area you created. The product will take the exact height of that area. Substitute a different product by dragging it into the same area. When you exit this tutorial, the crosshairs cursor is ready for you to begin.
Rectangle Width. You have selected the Rectangle Width tool for both interior and exterior items. Here's an example using interior items. To begin the outline, click the crosshairs cursor in one corner of the area to anchor it. Drag it to the opposite corner and release the mouse button. Drag an item from the image library into the area you created. The product will take the exact width of that area. Substitute a different product by dropping it into the same area. When you exit this tutorial, the crosshairs cursor is ready for you to begin.
Remove unwanted items from your background photo. In this example, we will cover over the shrubs in front of the house using the brick on the house as a pattern. Click the Color tab on the top of the Rectangle tool to turn off the outline color. Click the Rectangle tool and outline a section of the brick on the front of the house. Make the brick a pattern by clicking the Pattern tool on the top toolbar. Use the Freeform Scale tool to outline the area around the shrubs. Right-click and select Complete the region. Then right-click again and select Fill with Pattern. Glue the new brick pattern in place using Glue Object on the Edit menu. The front door is partially covered by a tree. Let's replace the door and leave the tree in place. Click the Color tab above the Freeform tool to turn the color off. Outline the portion of the tree covering the door. This portion is now an active object. Now use the Rectangle Force Fit tool to outline the front door, including the tree. Select and drag a door from the image library. Right-click and select Send to Back. The new door is applied and the tree is in its original position.
Add a new roof. Set the scale for the house by using the Tape Measure tool. Define the height of the front door. Select the Freeform Scaled tool. Outline an area of the roof. When complete, right-click and select Complete and Start New Region. Continue to outline the roof areas. You may wish to use the zoom window for more accurate work. On the last section, right-click and select Complete Region. Now group the roof areas by clicking and dragging the same group letter into each area. Select Roofing Materials from the image library. Click and drag a roof pattern into one member of the group. All members now display the same roof pattern. Substitute a different pattern. To apply perspective to the roofing material, select the Vertical Perspective tool. Click and drag the upper anchors to adjust the pattern. When satisfied, click Apply.
Apply new siding. If you haven't already set the scale for the house, use the tape measure tool to define the front door height. To keep the original windows as they are, first turn off the Color tab. Then click on the Rectangle tool. On the left side of the house, outline the windows with the Rectangle tool so they will show through the new siding. Next, outline the whole area using the Freeform Scale tool. When finished with the outline, right-click and select Complete Region and start a new region. Outline the right side of the house. This time, we will use a different method for the windows. Outline the whole area first, then right-click and select Complete Outline and begin See-Through region. Siding will not be applied to the see-through area. Group the two areas by dragging the same group letter into the outlines. Select Siding from the image library. Drag and drop a siding pattern into one group member. Both members will display the same siding pattern. The area on the right was outlined with See-Through Erase. The area on the left had the original windows outlined. Now right-click and select Send to Back so the original windows will show through. Substitute a new siding pattern.